and they win the NFC South.
They pulled that off. What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. Come on, man. Baker Mayfield fighting through all of that. Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter coming at you all game long. Sticky coverage on the back end, just trying to find a way to get your guys the football. Get your playmakers the football. Gadecki goes down early. Obviously, Wirfs is out. Makeshift offensive line. Rachaad White, welcome back. Bucky Irving, all of those hits he took all game long because they had to run the football. The way they just found a way to put this together, this defense doing just enough. Bending, but not breaking. Special teams, no. Forget that. But man, the rest of this group, they really do deserve this. So all at once, we are all going to get up, unless you're driving, bang on your glove compartment while you keep a hand on the wheel. This team deserves a standing ovation. Does it not deserve a standing ovation? Going on the road, back-to-back weeks, makeshift offensive line, new offensive coordinator, Baker getting hit left and right, Bucky having to fight through all of this. Once again, Rachaad, welcome back. Remind everyone who you are. Not pretty. This is the NFL. This isn't college. Pretty wins aren't a thing. You just need to get to 1-0. You just need to get to 2-0. And that's what the Bucs just did 4 years in a row. Standing O on the count of three. Wherever you are, we're all going to stand. 1, 2. This team deserve it, bro. Are you kidding me? Going into Houston and doing that. That defense, those edge rushers without Wirfs and Gadecki, and you find a way? That's really what this game was about. Finding a way. How were you going to find a way to score enough points on this defense that the Houston Texans have on the road, indoor stadium, crowds getting loud? You can't say enough. You can't say enough. I forgot to even change the header on this video. So let's do this together. Short and simple. I don't got time to think about it. It doesn't even fit on the screen. I like. Give me a second. I'm flustered. Like, I want to go over the numbers, go through like all of this stats and things like that, but man, really, it's what it's about, is finding a way. This is not the 2025 Tampa Bay Buccaneers personnel-wise that we saw out there. When you're missing a first-team All-Pro left tackle, Gadecki goes down. Obviously, Godwin, McMillan, Kalijah Kancey goes down on the other side, and it's just, that's not personnel-wise who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in 2025. But the drive, the will, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it with Todd Bowles-led teams over the last couple years, seemingly down and out. Playoffs looking like a stretch. Finding a way to make the playoffs. Today, it was kind of that story. They had the fast start, just a huge dry spell after Gadecki goes out pretty much. Obviously, they score in that first drive with Heck, but D'Amico Ryans, once that defense figured it out, there was really nothing until 6 seconds left in the game on that final drive. Finding a way to win. That's my analysis. That should be yours too. That's what this game is about. There's been so many years, so many games where it comes down to things like this, where it's like, you see the Chiefs win games like these. You see these good teams just finding a way, even though they don't play well. It was ugly. And that's not a diss on the Buccaneers and what they did on the field. Because of the situation, they were going to have to win ugly after Gadecki went out. It was going to have to be an ugly win. You saw when Gadecki was in. I mean, they went down the field. It is late. There is another football game on, so I don't want to drag this on all night, but we'll go through some of the numbers. Baker Mayfield, 25 of 38, 215, 2 touchdowns, still no interceptions on the year. Got sacked 4 times. I mean, His long was a 22 to Mike Evans, but he just didn't have time to sit back there and allow routes to develop downfield. So many of those passes were just, you got to dump it off to Rashad, Sterling Shepard, Bucky Irving. Like that's just what the game plan had to be, and it was once again just enough. Baker Mayfield and his rushing, 3 carries for 33 yards. How about that run on the last drive of the game? Just how he got out of the pocket, how he got out of that sack, just a beautiful move. And then him going down earlier in the fourth quarter, seemingly injured, gets up immediately. It's like you ever play zombies on Call of Duty and you just revive and boom, you're back up, you're ready to go. That was Baker. Like, he's grabbing his knee. Like, my heart dropped. I'm like, no. And then someone just went over and revived him. He got up, starts talking trash to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I'm just like, he's back. We're good to go. And I'm sure he's fighting through some crazy pain the rest of that game. He just finds a way. Bucky Irving, 17 carries, 71 yards, 4.2 yards per carry. Rachaad White, 10 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown, 6.5 yards per carry. What was our key in our preview? You have to run the ball to cancel out what Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. are going to do to you all game long. And they were running the ball successfully all game long. Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter were still getting to Baker Mayfield, though. But by the time it got to that fourth quarter, you see Bucky with 17 carries, Rachaad White with 10. Once it got to 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, those guys were gassed. D'Amico Ryans had to call 2 timeouts towards the end of that game to just allow his pass rushers to be like, catch their breath. The Bucs had them gassed with this run game, and that was the key to the game, and they did exactly that. Obviously, I didn't think Gadecki was going to go out, but the fact that they were able to do this with... Bro. You tell someone before the season starts that in week 2, Graham Barton's going to be your left tackle and Charlie Heck is going to be your right tackle, and you're going into Houston against that defense on the road, and you're going to win, I'd be like, bro, what? Like, I'm confident in my team, but what? Another game where the Bucs defense was fantastic against the run. Obviously, 25 of these 43 yards were on that touchdown towards the end of the game from Nick Chubb. And once again, it was just like multiple moments from the missed field goal. Oh my gosh, they're going to find a way to lose this. Levante David's dropped interception. Oh my gosh, we're going to find a way to lose this. The punt return where they pick up the flag and it goes 53 yards. Oh my gosh, we're going to find a way to lose this. Nick Chubb scores very shortly after that. Oh my goodness, we haven't been able to score since like the first quarter. How are we going to find a way to do this with Charlie Heck and this makeshift offensive line? How is Baker going to have the time to run a 2-minute drill, throwing the ball down the field? They find a way. That's my analysis. They find a way. With even enough time to get down to the 3-ish yard line with 9 seconds left and 2 timeouts, knowing, okay, we don't even have to, get back and throw. We can just run the ball. Because if they decided to throw and Danielle Hunter gets a sack and now you're on the 10-yard line, oh boy, we would have been in some major trouble. But the fact they were able to get down the field without using their timeouts, they only used one of them. 9 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Crazy. Moving on to receiving for the Buccaneers. But yeah, once again, overall, they shut down the run. They don't give up 100 yards rushing by the Houston Texans. Like I said, that 25-yard long was really the only breakaway that occurred this game. The run game, the gaps, the holes were clogged up all game long. Even the Houston Texans fans, that after another 1-yard run, another run for no gain, another 1-yard run, they started booing their own team on offense. And it's just, if they can keep doing that, with all of these injuries on offense, you can still always have a chance when it gets down to the end of the game. And that's what they've been able to do if you're able to stop the run. Bucky Irving, 6 receptions, 50 yards. Let's see, Ibuka, 4 for 29, of course, gets his 3rd touchdown of the season. Mike Evans did have 11 targets, only 5 catches, though, 56 yards. Ryan Miller, of course, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. Ryan Miller fashion, beautiful right there. Sterling Shepard, had some nice short catches, move the chains, get them in some good down and distances. 4 for 34. K. Dotton got his first 3 catches of the year in this game, 3 for 25. Overall, the defense did a very good job against the pass as well. I mean, Nico Collins only 3 for 52. 29 of that came on that first drive of the game where he beat Zion McCollum. Woody Marks had 1 catch for 37 yards, but outside of that, you're looking at Schultz 3 for 29, Xavier Hutchinson 2 for 29. You didn't allow anyone to just beat you, and that was one of our keys as well. Don't allow Nico Collins to just beat you. And I think obviously that first drive did happen, but Zion McCollum locked in a bit after that. I thought Jamel Dean didn't do too bad, didn't give up any major plays against Nico Collins. And then also Benjamin Morrison also had a good bit of playing time in this game. Outside of a penalty, you didn't really hear his name as a corner. That's a pretty good thing. Looking at the sacks on defense, that was the other key, was you have to be able to get some pressure on CJ Stroud. And it was pretty inconsistent throughout the game, and a lot of it had to come from some Todd Bowles blitzes. Would have liked to see more pressure. Yeah. Let me stop. This is an instant reaction after a win. I'm not here to... We can do that tomorrow. The Bucs did enough to get to CJ Stroud. They brought him down 3 times. Ended up being enough. Tyke gets a sack. Greg Gaines gets a sack. Levante and Elijah Roberts both share a sack. So that's how things go there. Todd Bowles did send up some pretty big blitzes. Even if they didn't land, there was a good amount where, I mean, CJ Stroud was running behind the line of scrimmage, like 10, 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage, just trying to find someone down the field, leading to an incompletion, or he just had to throw the ball out of bounds. And of course, that defensive line for the Texans, Daniel Hunter had 2 sacks, Will Anderson had 1, Sheldon Rankins, their D tackle, did have 1 as well. Do we want to talk about special teams tonight? Do we really want to? I kind of just want to enjoy the win. Let's keep it quick. Obviously, McLaughlin, what the hell is going on? Last week wasn't pretty. This week, a 38-yarder. The blocked punt. There was couple times before that where it got really close to being blocked, and then it finally does end up being blocked. And then after that, the next punt is a 53-yard return. Special teams need some work. We got to figure out what's going on there. So that needs to be figured out, because it almost cost us the game, but it did not. Bucs win 2-0, both games on the road. I want to say the stat, but I don't know for sure. Only 2-0 team currently in the NFL where both wins were on the road. I believe I can say that. Okay. The San Francisco 49ers did win both games on the road. Second game was against the Saints. But okay. So one of 2 teams currently in the NFL that are 2-0. Both wins came on the road. And that Falcons win, I mean, after that Sunday Night Football game, that game's looking even better. Being able to beat them without Wirfs, Godwin, McMillan, Morrison, Izzy, etc. And then you do it in Houston, man. This is exciting times in Tampa Bay. We have a home game this weekend. First home game of the season. Rocking the 1976 white creamsicles. I cannot wait for that. We are going to do a film study tomorrow on this game, and then it's on to the New York Jets, which may have a different starting quarterback because Justin Fields in concussion protocol, but we will get into that later on this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. What a night. Monday Night Football. That primetime curse, go ahead and throw that bad boy out the window. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go Bucs. Y'all have a blessed one.